July. Today's the 15th of November 2011. I'm here with Nick, the Real American. And I had the interview with Ernest and Eddie across the street right there. And I just want to ask Nick, what does he think about me and this fight for black people and their rights in public housing? And how they just slammed me. What's the problem here, Nick?
I don't know, Phil. But the way I see, I'm a little bit busy right now. I've been trying to assess the situation, and comes down to one thing, Phil.
What?
You're the whitest black man I ever met.
What?
You heard me.
Pow! What the fuck? What do you mean? A white man trapped in a black man's body?
You're a white man trapped in a black man's body. Holla.
Today is Tuesday, January 11, 2011. I'm at the home of Mr. Curtis. He is a person. Hey, you there?
Come in.
Okay. Yeah, this is the whistleblower, the federal whistleblower. Okay. At the New York skyline. Go ahead. Bang! That's what I'm talking about. Woo! Whoa, whoa, whoa. We getting deep here. What's this?
Oh, just you know.
Whoa!
Part of history.
Whoa!
Part of history.
Part of history. You go ahead, brother. You go ahead.
Sad, but it's part of history.
Part of history. So this is the big Watusi Mandingo mixed super field Negro.
Yes.
All right. Well, you know, I put that whole skit together, and I finally see what it's supposed. That's what I'm talking about.
One of your veterans drew that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One brother from Haiti did this.
Yes.
Outstanding. Nice place. Well, we can see you're not one of the impoverished, downtrodden, who's like one of these guys right here.
Oh no.
See?
No.
That's Martin Luther King. That's Malcolm X. Elijah Muhammad, Frederick Douglass, all right here. And then this brother right here is what? Bang! Got the chains on his brain when these guys do not. Those guys are out there, and this guy is not. And that slave castle's door is busted, and the key's right there, and he still ain't walking away from that.
Scared to leave.
Damn! Scared to leave. And that's my guy right here. That's my guy right here, Malcolm X. That's him right here. Well, let me see what else we got here. But, oh my, this is the one!
Yeah. That's the one you were asking me about. If that story was true about it, yes, that's it.
That's what you had given me a copy of this, and I took it to the congressman's office.
Yes.
And you met with Ida Smith. I was there. I was an eyewitness. Bang, we're going to have to send this to Mr. Juan Cuba at the White House.
Sure.
Okay, and I've got a letter from the Justice Department, and I've been trying to show people, you know, what exactly, and people of authority, because the newspapers have been, they don't want to print my story no more about the redlining scheme that I took to the congressman's office, and they did all kinds of things, calling me crazy, defamed me. The VA gave me a whole bunch of medication, which in fact I didn't need as a chemical restraint. So I got to do what I got to do, but I did speak to Mr. Juan Cuba, and it's time for me to now, and the last time I spoke to him was about getting those books to him.
Okay.
And now those books have disappeared at the congressman's office.
Wow.
So we can't actually send him this. But what I wanted to do right now was if you could please take me back to what happened, for you have taken these pictures, hold this for me, of this hangsman's noose. That was when, this was in the...
This was found, it was in the locker room at the VA.
At the, okay, the Veterans Administration what?
St. Albans, New York.
St. Albans, New York, Veterans Administration, motor pool locker room?
Yes, correct.
Okay, and how long was this hanging there?
I don't know. I walked in January 25th, 2008, and I saw it. But
That was January 25th, 2008, and that's when you first saw that.
Correct.
And it stayed there for how long?
No, they took it down immediately after that. After the police were notified.
Oh, so you called the police after that? There was a police report?
Yes, correct.
The police never called the press on this?
No.
when you took it to the congressman's office? Did they call the press? What happened when you went to Ida M. Smith after I turned you over to her?
She spoke to me a few times about it, but nothing amounted out of it. I didn't get any feedback. I didn't get any change. And they told me that the federal government says it's legal to hang them. They said it's not.
Ida Smith told you, said that the federal government said it's legal to put a hangman's noose?
They said that they're not illegal, but a noose is not against the law by the federal government. But a swastika is considered a felony hate crime, where a noose is not considered a hate crime.
And Ida M. Smith told you this?
Yeah, in the discussion, she was like there was nothing she could do about it. Because
okay. And are you aware that she ever contacted anybody at the Veterans Administration?
I believe she spoke to the union. Outside of that, I don't think it went much.
And then what happened to you?
Nothing. They offered to transfer me to Brooklyn, Manhattan, or Staten Island.
In other words, get you out of the St. Albans VA.
Yes.
Did they talk to you about who put that there? Did anybody ever ask you who put that hangman's noose in the locker room at the Brooklyn VA? I mean at the St. Albans VA on January 25th, 2008?
No. No.
Do you know who did it?
I don't know who did it, but I know whose coat rack it was hung on. I found it was hanging on one of my coworkers.
What was the name of the person's coat
rack it was hanging on?
Yes.
Frank Castellano.
Frank Castellano.
Correct.
What happened to Mr. Frank Castellano after you reported this?
Actually, he got a promotion from work leader to supervisor, and they wanted me to work under him after that. And when I told them that they were adding insult to injury, they asked me, they told me when I told them I didn't want to work under his supervision after the incident,
yes,
they told me that they can transfer me to Brooklyn, Staten Island, or Manhattan, which I refused to go because I like St. Albans. I've been there 20 years, and I feel that I should not be transferred.
Now, were there other instances with Mr. Castellano or other Caucasian gentlemen at the Brooklyn VA Hospital motor pool that would lead you to think that there is an embedded racist environment in that motor pool?
Yes, I would think so. Because,
elaborate, please.
Well, a brief incident to me happened roughly about 15 years ago. I came in there as a motor pool operator, as a motor vehicle operator, and shortly after that, 2 Caucasians came in there, and they were made grade 8s, and I was a grade 7. And when I brought it to their attention, saying, "How come I'm a 7 and they're 8s?" They told me when I get an ACDL license, they'll make me a grade 8. Immediately, within 2 to 3 seconds, I reached in my pocket, handed them a Class A CDL license. And they kept promising me to give me the grade, and they never did. So at the time, there were 3 tractor operators, which me being one, the first one, and then the 2 Caucasians that came after me. So it was... You
had more time in grade, more time in service than they did.
Yes, and they were made 8s when they walked in the door.
Okay.
And I was never. Here it is, 17 years later, and I'm still a 7.
So it looked like you sound like somebody, federal government owe you some money.
Yeah, with some interest. And back
with
pay.
some interest and back pay.
Yeah, 17 years.
Pay a little pain and suffering, a little humiliation and degradation.
And then this is what I'm rewarded with.
And bang! That's what you know Frank Castellano did it, don't you?
I would surmise that it does belong to him.
You suspect him?
Yes.
Now, tell me about the other guy who put a little hangman's noose in the hands of that female 6 months ago at the Brooklyn VA. You can tell it. You're a federal whistleblower. You should be protected. And we're sending this to the White House.
Well, another coworker of mine, I heard they had an incident too where somebody personally handed them a noose.
So a white guy handed a black woman a hangman's noose.
Yeah.
And he ended up getting fired.
Yes.
And not right now she's on leave with mental distress.
Correct.
Well, what happened to you? How come you ain't all shell-shocked?
I am shell-shocked. It's a challenge each and every day to go to work. Matter of fact, it's hard talking about it, even like right now. I want to stop talking about it right now.
Did you go see some people, man?
Yeah, I did.
But I can't get into your medical records, man. I'm not going to get into that with you. Now, I want you to tell me your name. Tell me your name, and give me the name. I got to have a name.
Curtis Finch.
Curtis?
Finch.
You work at the Brooklyn VA?
St. Albans.
St. Albans VA?
Correct.
And you've been there 20 years?
22 years in April.
22 years in April?
Yes.
And you're a whistleblower?
Correct.
Are you afraid something's going to happen to you?
Yeah, I am. On a day-to-day basis, just going to work with the atmosphere and just all of the stuff that goes on and transpires. Oh, don't talk to him. He's a troublemaker. And
so they've been slandering your name?
Correct.
You've been profiled?
Correct. As a troublemaker. For standing up for my rights of not wanting to see a noose in a federal facility.
And you went to your congressman's office and they blew what? Je suis français. Mon nom est Philippe DRICE. I'm French. I'm a French green card guy. My name is Dr. Philippe DRICE. I'm a veteran and I'm a green card guy. Is that okay? Because the African Americans in the offices of those elected officials have been marginalizing immigrants. And I'm about to prove it in court. And they even betrayed their own African Americans. Those are the facts, and those facts are irrefutable. Just a French green card guy.
There you go.
Hello everybody, this is Dr. Phil DRICE and Robert Huntley. We're here with two homeless guys, but guess what? We haven't given up, we're not freaking failures. We're people, we're humans.
Senator of Shirley Huntley. State Senator, New York State Senator Shirley Huntley. Oh, I love my mother, and 113th of a crooked cop motherfucker that ruined my life, and you know, and a stink pussy fucking bitch, you know, along with that, you know, that pretty much I loved her, she knew that, and I don't see how she cannot help me at this point in my life. Now my mother has pretty much not turned her full back on me, but has let me have it, you know, really, you know, to a sense that it's my fault that of my health condition, because I drove her into a nervous condition, and that's all bullshit. I love my mother from the bottom of my heart. I love Deputy Inspector Tommy Lawless, who died, Mommy's right-hand friend and PD, and Deputy Inspector Philip Erickson. And, you know, I have let 113th and 103 off the hook with whatever I feel.
Show them the bruises on you.
They have ruined me.
Show the bruises on you got when you went over there and your brother beat you up. This is right here. This is State Senator Huntley's son, Robert Huntley. He was beat up by his brother, who's a New York NYPD, and told not to come back home again. That's betrayal. That's treason. There's no sense for this. That's treason. But we're two homeless guys. We're buddies. And guess what? We're going to fight the fight.
I've not been homeless for the last 20 motherfucking years, where I thought I was like a white, black Jimi Hendrix, you know, where, you know, the guitar on my back and whatnot. But at this point in time, I'm 54 fucking years old. And this is bullshit.
And today's Sunday, September 26th.
Yes, it is.
And it's right now 7:40.
As far as Mayor Bloomberg is concerned, the New York Senate, the Congressional Committee is all full of shit. Because me and this man have legitimate evidence and what have you, and I have sued PD and fucking won. But this is bullshit, goddamn it. This is what the fuck it is, you know, goddamn it. And, you know, through any righteousness through God that sent his only begotten son down here to fuck with his denomination, his abomination of making this motherfucker and then turning his goddamn back on it. It's fucking bullshit. Why the hell did his only son begotten son have to come down here and fuck with this and be tortured by goddamn fucking Jews?
Before we run out of time, Robert. Now, when I gave you that fly, you saw your mother's name on it. You called her.
Yes, I did.
And then when you talked to her and you asked her, was I the guy that supposedly put the death threat or anything crazy like that?
No, you were not. No, Ma denied that. It was not Dr. Philip DRICE. It was
somebody else. I have nothing to do with anything like that.
State police and local 100 who I talked about like dogs, that precinct. But yeah, they did ruin my fucking life, along with that stink fucking cunt hoe, Chantel Prasad Dubra, and she is full of shit. You know.
Now, when you spoke to her, she knew about this case about New York City Housing Authority and all that nonsense with me?
She knew about it. She knew about it 100%, but her aides were handling the case, at which point they did not let my mother in on what's happening.
And now she's trapped.
They intercepted this man's legitimate inter-fucking-mation through aid, you know, like all politicians go. Not all politicians get their mails read and received by aides and do whatever the fuck they want with it. God damn it.
And
Kiss my fucking ass.
Brother, we done here, man. I'm going to go ahead and go to my mom's house in Howard Beach, and my mom going to give me some money. I got my bedroll right here. Everybody can see. This is the bedroll. This is what I sleep on. Robert, I swear to God, I got another.
I want to bring that up on the internet. What
it's on the flyer I gave you. I got another one to give you. Here, take another flyer, but I can show you. We can sleep on the beach. I got another sleeping bag. I help you. Here, it's right here on the internet. Right here on this flyer, right here, brother. The way you was talking about so good about your mother until I heard her until you and her started talking, that's not nice. Come on, man. The guy needs help. I was a drug and alcohol counselor. Jesus Christ. This guy needs help, folks.
What is it?
www.youtube.com youtube.com YOUTUBE Phil Drice 1. I'll write it down. Don't worry, Robert. I'll write it.
I got it. Okay.
www.PHIL.
What the fuck is with this?
You protect that. Just cross that up. PHIL DRICE. DRRICE. Okay, go to YouTube and put PHIL DRICE.
Yeah, right there. Come on.
All right, bet. All right, we're done here. Yeah. Personal log out on Sunday. All right, we just met a nice couple that was walking on the beach. Very interesting affair. This union thing. Well, everybody knows I'm a real selfish little individual, and I really like myself, and so I'm going to offer the gentleman and the lady an opportunity to see that my book's coming out, and I want y'all to buy it. I had 2 people so far tell me yesterday that they were going to buy my book. But right now, what I really wanted to impress upon you is the depression, the pain, the loneliness, and how without a desire, a will, a drive to do nothing but to get me fentanyl, you wanted to tell the marshal when he came to get me to send you, to give me your regards. Well, what did you do when you had all of the information that says that Niger is as crooked as the tips of the Nazi cross? State Senator Huntley, Monica Pringle and Lester News, you're absolutely terrific for crying out loud. They're so good. But why contain it in your office? It couldn't go to Albany? Because you don't want me to get hold of the information on the federalization and the $500 billion tax-free bond issue that went to the rich, and you didn't earmark anything for the people in public housing so that they can have a stake and to get out of public housing. You want them to go to this. You want them to go to this. Is this what you want for them? Well, I was born rich. I've always had everything. I don't need anything, and I don't need anybody. I don't need anything. I'm happy right here. I feel like the Chicago Hotel. You mean to tell me I got to the point to where Dr. Drice litigated all the way up to the appellate division of New York State Supreme Court, and everybody says like frozen in time and space. Okay, well, why don't I leave you in the case and let's see if the press will have a little bit more attention they want to pay to me. What about that $5 billion class action lawsuit on behalf of 40,000 people that didn't get an administrative process? Now, I don't know what you've been doing to those guys. I'm a French green card guy. Now you've been doing what you want to do with them. When you want to do it, you blow smoke up their rear end. Some Haitians, you stick a broomstick up in them. The other ones, you up and bang, 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 bang. You shoot 50, 60 bullets into them. Okay? Let me tell you what you're going to do to me. You're going to give me some respect, and you walk to the steps of the courthouse, and I'll put a spanking on you, and when I'm done with you, you're going to go home, and I expect you to just slap your mama for making you so stupid playing with me. That's the satisfaction I get. I live for that. I live for that. That's my only freaking dream. I feed off of it. It's my ego that needs to be fed, because I can actually just eat food and then I'll be okay. But my ego needs something more. And that's that sick dude you really thought I was? No, he's just emboldened by his own intellectual capacity to do nothing but good for this planet in order to reap some kind of reward. And so if there's a God, my soul goes somewhere, or there's a transformation, it's not tainted with the kind of crap you're tainted with. Bull crap. Bye-bye. Have a nice day. Mommy, happy Mother's Day. And I got a little song for you, just like the one in the car. How sweet it is to be loved by you too. Bingo. Hi, Mommy. Hi, Aza. How sweet it is to be loved by you. Bye. Now you know the party's beginning. We're waiting on brother-in-law, Lana taking pictures. This is our favorite waiter right here. Yeah, Mommy. Yeah, it is a hot Mother's Day. Yes, it is. They go pop right there. All right. Yeah, everybody, how you doing? Happy Mother's Day. The entire family is here. That's my brother-in-law, Joseph, Lana, Annette, Marina. It's a dad. Dad got the bottle. We're ready to go. Happy Mother's Day. It's so sweet to be loved by you. That's what I'm talking about. I'm the happiest guy in the world. That's what I'm talking about. It's crazy. You know why? He seen the girl in that black and white dress with the red shirt, and guess what he said? What's your name? Jailbait. 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 For her Mother's Day party celebration, we're packing up, and she has a son-in-law that will be hosting the after party at the house. Yeah, the Hooters. So, say what? Hooters. Oh! Happy Mother's Day to Mommy. Bye-bye. My secret is I secretly wish Elena was here. Yeah. Go ahead, Dad.
Where is the sign? To DRICE with love.
To DRICE with love? Yeah, well, that's the pretty young lady. You saw me kneel down and ask you to marry me. I did. I went looking for the ring. I'll be waiting for an answer. I'll give you till next Mother's Day. Have a nice day. Bye-bye. And the Mother's Day celebration just keeps on coming. just keeps on coming. And it's all for her and for her. That's what I'm talking about. Mommy and my sister. And guess what? Happy Mother's Day to you, Alter Grace Drice. Happy Mother's Day to you, Veronique Drice. Happy Mother's Day to you, Naomi Drice. Happy Mother's Day to you, Madame Pierre Drice. Happy Mother's Day to you, Mrs. Elizabeth Lowenberg. All those women have been my mothers, leading me to this special one right there. Oh, thank you, Mommy. Thank you, thank you. Thank you. That's what I'm talking about. Elena, you belong in this family. You really do, baby. Yeah. Mommy's back. Everything is okay? Yeah, everything's okay, Pop. I've been absolutely wonderful. I've been exiled to Europe. Yeah. That's what it looks like. That's exactly what it looks like. I'm so happy. Wow. Reminds me of my time in Nuremberg and Ansbach, Germany. Yep. And the absolutely beautiful pink ladies of London. Happy Mother's Day, everybody. Bye-bye. Daniela. Mommy said thank you for the nice comments and words. And your thoughtfulness, Daniela. Bye-bye. That's what you call love, and I can say Happy Mother's Day to you. And there's the baby right there. All right now. All right. Yeah, the cake is flying off the plate. Whoa, whoa, yeah, that's mine right here. That's mine right there. Thank you very much. Yeah, it be flying. Oh yeah, this is the Mother's Day celebration for that lady right there and that lady right there. That's what I'm talking about. And there goes Big Pop. That's the leader of the pack. Yeah, man. That's mine. No, I don't really want it. I can't take no more. I'm just faking. I got one. When you have cake with cherry on top, that's what it looks like. That's what she looks like. That's what I'm talking about. What? You belong with this family right here. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. You see, everybody's welcoming you home, baby. Everybody. That's my cake. And I want to eat it too. Bye-bye. Mommy, this is for you. This is for you. You know I've been working hard. I deserve a big trophy. That means I get my cake. I mean my cake. You need it too. And I want to eat it too. And that's what I'm talking about. I want my cake. And eat it too. That's what I'm talking about. I want my cake. And I want to eat it too. I'm talking about this trophy white material, brother. Perfect. It's perfect. 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 So? Hi, Mommy. Hi, Ada. How sweet it is to be loved by you. Bye. This is a supplemental log for Friday, March 25th, 2011. This is the continuing saga of all of the plotters against me that helped destroy my life. This segment is exclusively for Judge Maria Resos and the two other judges prior to her that I have known, just like I knew 3 chairmen of housing. I have known 3 chairmen of housing. And everybody would like to give a shout out to Miss Daniela. I think her YouTube name is Foxfly. She made a lot of wonderful suggestions. And I don't have to be such a wretched, melodramatic, think I'm an actor guy, other than just present the facts and the evidence as they are. I'm angry, I'm all of that, but that's for another time, another situation. This is about presenting the facts, recording it, in case something happens to me. This is the judgment and order of Judge Maria Resos. Okay? And respondents ordered to show cause to restore this proceeding to the calendar, and the motion by Stephen S. Weintraub to be removed as guardian ad litem are consolidated for determination. In rendering this decision, the court considers the respondent's order to show cause, petitioner's affirmation in opposition, respondent's reply affirmation, and petitioner's surreply only. The court acknowledges receipt and did read respondent Philip DRICE's ex parte submissions. However, as they were ex parte, they cannot be considered by the court as it reaches its decision. That's what the problem is, because my guardian ad litem, Mr. Stephen Weintraub's hands were tied. This is a gentleman where I absolutely abused him, humiliated him, degraded him, blasted crap all over him, all over the internet in front of everybody, all the way to the White House. He filed papers against the court, to the court against me. Judge Maria Resos brought a big cop in there. I'm not violent. I don't need to do anything like that. I'm a pretty educated guy. I know what to do and what my limits are. But that shenanigan, that show, that performance that was calculated and performed did accomplish my goal. I finally got him to work for me instead of working for human resources to put me out, as you seen in the last segment. And that's how it works. You've got, this is a war of the intellectuals against poor people who don't have an education. And it can be traced to a race-based situation, because the people they're dealing with are the disenfranchised that have been apartheid on a federal reservation, which is the largest Indian reservation, the most populated Indian reservation in the United States of America, which is New York City Housing Authority, with approximately 800,000 tenants. But only 500 of them are registered, and those 300 are supposed to be in line to inherit that apartment, and it's the elimination of the administrative process that leads to the federal violations of diverting funds and Title VI violations, okay, under the Civil Rights Act of 1967, which is you're doing it to black people, you're doing it to Puerto Ricans, you're doing it to the disenfranchised, you're doing it to poor people that the federal government through Congress said that they take care of. But it was through the Clinton administration, it is alleged that it was through the Clinton administration's desire to eliminate welfare that your governor was probably the premier architect who unleashed NYCHA, who dissolved any competent oversight, just like the regulators of the banks. It's been shown that the Democratic Party, or the Democrats, did orchestrate this big thing about this housing bubble. Okay? And they forced banks to make loans that they knew were going to fail. And then they want to blame somebody else for those bank failures and that all of that money that went down the tube. But it was designed to keep them in power. And when you're in power, you can cover things up. Okay? So this is what's happening, people. And in the SIR reply, let me show you here, where this guy says it's his. I'll read it. You know, you'll get it in the book and online. Okay? You've got NYCHA committing perjury in this document right here. This is the SIR reply. NYCHA commits perjury. Let me show you where. First of all, they said you got to be over 62 years old to be living there. And that I was the only one that was living in that apartment that was in that development. Now we find out that's not true. And when we find out that's not true, the judge want to give them exemptions. You can't go back. Okay? Here we go right here. Which is Carol Brookins. Carol Brookins was living there before she turned 62. Okay? They didn't want to count that one. Let me give you another one. We're going to get better. Barbara Davidson. Barbara Davidson is the sister of Margaret, who works for Councilman Comrie. And when it got this bad, Barbara Davidson right here, when it got this bad, they got her to move out of Shelton House. That's how big it is. Barbara Davidson's been living there for 30 years. She didn't take the buyout, just like my aunt didn't take the buyout. That's why we were still in that apartment. They want to make it senior development, but they were supposed to give you $15,000. Okay? Now, this is the big deal right here. This is Mr. James Edwards in apartment 6N. He's got a Michelle Guy who lives there. She was born in 1976. What is she doing living there? He was born in 1947. Now, you see, he's got a son and a daughter. A son and a daughter right there. Now, that's where the fraud comes in. Because in the paper, NYCHA reclassified him as a grandson, not a son. And the judge copied the exact same stuff. That's what I'm going to hit her with, along with the trial transcript of where NYCHA said nobody under 62 lives there. Now, here is the beauty. This is Cynthia Hill, okay, with her husband, Babako. Okay? She was born in 55, he was born in 66. But you got to understand, the lease, I've got it on video, that she said that they put him on the lease 3 years ago. That's another point of perjury for NYCHA in the settlement of the minutes or the transcript. Okay? That's how they're all busted. Just presenting the facts. Just presenting the facts. Thank you, Daniela. Thank you. Yeah. Supplemental log, November 29, 2010. This is Miss Cynthia Hill, the last real tenant association president that there was. They fixed the vote. Khadijah Wilson fixed the vote to put Neva Harper in there. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? This is the evidence that right now we've got everybody committing perjury in court because you're not a senior citizen, you live there, and your husband's name was added on to the lease, what, 2 years ago?
2 years ago.
So now, when they put me out, weren't they doing a whole lot of wrong?
Yeah.
And Neva Harper, they propped up as tenant association president so she can help eliminate people out of that building as a form of redlining.
Yes. She has handicap apartments. She's not handicapped.
And so does Ozia Mitchell, who was also the last tenant associate president that they put there. They helped.
Green of $20,000.
Oh, Cynthia Hill, former tenant associate president, November 29, 2010, telling it like it is. That's my sister, and this is the one. That's right. I want my picture with her. This is the lady. This is the lady that helped me.
Right. Fight that.
Fight the fight. This is the one that kept telling me, Drice, don't let them put you out like this. Don't do this. And I went and did my work. And that's Malcolm right there. He's the one that's helping put people out.
Yes, he is.
And that's the tenant associate president telling it. That's what they do here. Right here at 8909 162th Street. at Shelton Houses, New York City Housing Authority. There it is right there. You heard it from the Tenant Association President, Cynthia Hill. Thank you, baby. All right, this is my friend. What's your name? You gotta say your name.
Marvin.
Hi, Marvin. Go ahead, make the snowball. Yeah, he's under supervision. He's here with his dad. I'm not trying to kidnap the child. It's not a kidnapping. All right. So how's your wife? Your wife okay?
Yeah, it's okay. She works.
Mother okay? She's working? Yeah, she told me she got a job as a home attendant.
Oh,
Yeah. Her mother's upstairs?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, this is Marvin. You live upstairs, right, Marvin?
Yeah.
Okay, throw the snowball. There he is. That's it. That's it. Ah, okay. You waiting on the school bus? You waiting on the school bus? You waiting? You waiting for the school bus, right? All right. All right. Can I please have $1? Somebody can have a quarter, 50 cents a dollar. I'm homeless, I'm broke, I'm hungry. Please, can somebody help me? Can somebody help me? I'm homeless. I used to live right across the street over there. Go ahead, show them Shelton House. Shelton, that's that building right there. The one with the scaffolding. That's it. I used to live at Shelton House. But now I'm homeless. I'm homeless. I've got no money. I got nothing to eat. Can somebody help me? Can somebody help me? Is there a God? There can't possibly be a God, or he couldn't let this happen to me.
Yes, I can't imagine you touching my private heart, and just the thought of you can't help but touch myself. That's why I want you so bad. This one night, you there beside me. Oh, do it again.
Today is June 12, 2011. I'm going to have you listen to the audio voicemail session for the Queens District Attorney's Office after they had tried for more than 2.5 months trying to capture me and to orchestrate some fake death threats to Congressman and everybody's butt. busted. This is showing you all the evidence that I've got. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to call my voicemail and let's see what happens. This is the district attorney's office. This is the district attorney's office and the congressman's office. I don't want the unheard name.
I like that.
Yeah, that's my mother calling. Alright. He may be taking the hit for the district attorney's office as a sacrificial lamb. I can't let that happen. District attorney, you are busted, Mr. Brown. You have command responsibility. For such a case to have gotten this far, this big, undercover cops playing homeless in the library, then you've got people going all over the Coliseum and the Coliseum Mall street, door-to-door merchants showing them my picture. You are hunting you a Negro, and you're trying to use Jim Crow laws to hunt you an immigrant on orders of the African American congressman. Congratulations, you're busted. Bye. Good morning. Today is Thursday, Good Thursday, April 21st, 2011. And I received a call from the NYPD Police Detective Garcia, who wants to talk to me, which prompted this presentation. And will be in multiple parts. I don't know how many yet. We're just going to have to go with the numbers on that ticker over there. That's the time. I'd like to first of all start off with, I'm this guy. In New York Newsday, that I went to a meeting Tom Prater invited me to. Newsday was there. He saw Dr. Tube, the Crusader, fell in love with the product. Front page, and I believe it's the household leisure section, something like that. Now, I'm also that guy that worked for Mayor Bloomberg, volunteered for his third term, even though I testified against him at the third term hearings in order to get his attention and to stop my eviction. I'm also the guy that presented the evidence to the Attorney General. Oh, I'm sorry. He's governor now. I'm also the guy who should be very angry because this is just one part of the 4 parts of documents I litigated that won me 2 landmark judgments and awards from Justice James J. Golia, New York State Supreme Court, Long Island City. Ida Smith, 3 of these are missing, plus those 2 books to Mr. Juan Cuba at the White House. That's when this whole thing about get the police to get Philip DRICE started with Sophia King. Remember? You stopped that. You should have stopped yourself this time when you figured out I would expose you too, school teacher. Thanks for this one, Ida. It's intact. 1, 2, landmark awards and judgments and orders, and I litigated all the way at the appellate division of New York State Supreme Court, and this is a meritorious cause of action to implead Mayor Bloomberg, the police department, the Queens District Attorney's Office, and Human Resources. And following documents will show you that. And these are the documents. That's the mayor. You see that stamp right there? That's the mayor. That's the police department, NYPD. Human Resource Administration for playing me for crazy like Ida Smith did. And New York City Housing Authority, in which I had to go back and do it to New York City Housing Authority at New York City Housing Authority because the comptroller won't accept claims against them because that is federal dollars. And you people need to understand what the law is, how it works, and what the process is. But I did hear from Tom Prater, acquiesced, DRICE, when I got the SIR reply. When I got the transcript of the trial in Supreme Court where I beat Byron Medigakis so bad before he left the courtroom, he said, I'm going to appeal. And then I taunted them and played with them right when they got out the courthouse, right around the fountain in Long Island City. I can. Those are trophies for as my rewards. When I do this, people, I ain't got no wife. I ain't got no kids. Ain't too many people give a damn about me. I'm an ugly guy who can accept my life, my fate as it is. I am kind. I am benevolent. I am generous. And y'all turned that against me. And those are you black staffers in the offices of black elected officials. And you guys are so rotten, you make it a freaking embarrassment to be black in America. Because you were supposed to stop this when you saw it. This is a SIR reply that you have a Judge Maria Rezos in Queens County Civil Court plagiarizing perjuries in the SIR reply index number 16218-2005. Right here. Just an absolute embarrassment. This right here is the transcript of the trial right here. In February 2009. The General Counsel of Policy was there and he committed perjury in his transcript. That's why we have to go to federal court. This is the case that got washed out. And there you go, right there, you got to see Mayor Bloomberg's name. Bingo. All covered up and contained. This is big news. This is big news. And I depended on this guy to fix it because I put it in his hands at the St. Albans VA auditorium close to 4 or 5 years ago. That's how I ended up getting the handler, Ida Smith. These are the letters that this woman's got me writing to this guy, kissing his behind, and it was an exercise in futility. What she conducted, she was part of an orchestration to obstruct justice on the allegations. Oh, winds of change. I did a political accountability documentary that aired on TV campaigning for this guy. This is a letter asking him for a meeting. At the end of the day, we know that my attorney sent this to the Elder Abuse Unit about this lady right here that got embezzled out of $20,858 and what it was earmarked to allow her to destroy herself in order to contain it. And when you steal that much money from somebody, $20,858, and you leave them in their apartment with the gas stove on, that's a Nazi copycat crime. I've been doing my activism, and I do it very nicely, thank you, with my 2 documentaries that aired on TV, scared every politician in town because they never seen one man do so much all by himself. That's because I'm not touching your little heifers. I'll put this all over town. Call your congressman and ask him, how did he cover this up? You're a black guy, you're a congressman, and you got a Native American female acting as the congressman with the kind of power with him that she rules with impunity, playing everybody's mama. Well, guess what? Fooled you, didn't I? I don't need no mama. You're embarrassed, you're humiliated. That's why you called the police and filed a false police report. I ain't no threat to you, I wouldn't harm anything on you. But I have to destroy the myth of you being so honest. You have no integrity. You have no integrity. You're a liar. You're a sneak. You're like a cobra. You're that slithery. And Jason Hilliard said it. You're mad because I attacked you by the preponderance of the evidence that I blasted over the internet. And your credibility destroyed leaves the congressman with no more shield, no more sword. He's now no longer invincible. That's what I want. By proving to everybody he covered this up. And they gave the white boy who did it a promotion. Ida Smith hooked that up, I swear on my mother's grave, because she spoke to the VA police that covered it up. She, with the union, she was the head boss because it was the congressman's office and his power. The myth of his power, because he's a powerless bastard that couldn't get me to stay in the ghetto so I can help these people. That's what I did with my life. You destroyed this. You killed him. You killed him. You killed him. And the evidence also says that the guy you endorsed and campaigned for, you knew. And I think now that I'm realizing it, it looks like me reporting on my activities for him to your Ida Smith and your office was illegal, Congressman Meeks. Can we talk about what else you covered up, which is the retaliation, the guy who saved that old lady and protected her and brought to how she was embezzled and everything that was done wrong to her? Did you see her in the nursing home, Congressman? But we've got the Veterans Administration washing their hands of any liability, any culpability, anything, because they handed me a deck of cards. We had them for Saddam Hussein and everybody in Iraq, remember? Well, the VA knows all about it, and they gave me a deck of cards. And it's got the name of every politician in town. State Senator Malcolm Smith, State Senator Shirley Huntley, Congressman Gregory W. Meeks, Assemblywoman Vivian Cook, Councilman Leroy Comrie, with your Rance Huff, who hates me, hates Haitians, because he was the first one to get the evidence, and he went to NYCHA, it is alleged, and that's how your case, NYCHA ended up coming after me, because I went to you first before I went to the Inspector General of NYCHA, and they was already waiting for me, ambushed. I I want time to prepare my book. That's why I'm leaving. I wrote a letter to the White House, and this is when all the trouble began. When I got this from the Justice Department, which is a White House referral number. Where is it? WH White House 07142010-7. That's my White House referral number. All I ask those politicians, which I just named, look, y'all been getting this information on the internet, dropping it off to your house. I'm in your functions. You got me using me to go get this guy, Ida Smith. You're the one that told me for me to go get Malcolm Smith. And you can't pass a lie detector when you told me that he's the one that snitched on the congressman and all that stuff, and the attorney general washed his hands of it because there were boys in the Clinton administration, there was a conflict of interest, and he sent it to the feds. And now the new attorney general has sent me something from the Integrity Bureau. So at the end of the day, to round it off in this 15 minutes on YouTube, is that you are busted. Because I'm taking your butts to court, and here your names right there. They've been sitting there for 6 months. I don't have anything else to say. I'm not. What am I going to tell you? Other than I'm filing a notice of claim in order for me to get $75,000 because I blasted all over the internet that I'm the one who put up the Thompson pictures. So give me a break and quit, you guys. Quit your lying. Have a nice day. Bye. Okay, we're going to call Sergeant Garcia. Yeah.
Oh, I think I know him.
Yeah?
He's a Marine guy, right?
I don't know. Yes, man. I speak to Sergeant Garcia.
He's not in the office right now.
He's not in the office? No. All right. This is Philip DRICE. He had been calling me and stuff. And I just want to let you guys know, I don't care what the congressman's office might have told you. I ain't no threat to nobody. Y'all sent a whole bunch of detectives all around the neighborhood, slandered my name. And I'm an ABA certified paralegal. I'm a forensic paralegal. And I ain't no threat to nobody. He might want to see that if he goes on the internet and take a look at the shows. Because whatever they...
I don't think he's looking for you in that respect. I think that, you know, what tends to happen is sometimes you have individuals who may be concerned or whatnot, and then they call us, and it's our job to make an assessment on the situation. I think if they were seriously considering looking for you, they would have definitely went out there aggressively and found you. I think
y'all would have got me already, because I ain't turned off my phone.
Yeah, I think what they have to do is, you know, they have to make contact with you, you know, so they can say that, hey, listen, we spoke to him in person, and you know, he's fine, you know.
Look, he scared the crap out of me, man. The detectives was looking for me. People been telling me all kinds of stuff. So look, I just want you to know I ain't no threat to the congressman at all. I even videotaped myself going by his office saying, hey, look, I ain't no threat to nobody. I exposed things about crookedness. My business lost $5 million. And these people did so much dirt to me, man. Y'all want to look at that? And if they file a false police report, that's a misdemeanor. They got to get arrested. That's what I'm trying to say.
Right.
Okay. All right, brother.
All right, hey, listen, you be safe out there, man. Enjoy the beautiful weather today.
Thank you, my friend. You too.
All right.
Okay, bye-bye. Well, it just looks like we got what we wanted on the internet.
But discrimination isn't always that obvious. It's sometimes more subtle, but in many ways more insidious. An institutionalized discrimination that's hidden behind a smiling face. housing agents who say, well, there are no vacancies right now, that you just didn't qualify for the mortgage because your financial credit history wasn't good enough. Last year, the Federal Reserve Board found African Americans are denied credit for homes at twice the rate white Americans are. And it is pervasive. It's what we found in the banking case in Texas, SACU in Texas. Discrimination in lending, discrimination in rendering mortgages. The bank has agreed to change its practices, as you heard from the Assistant Secretary. The bank has also agreed to a $2.1 billion agreement where they'll make $2.1 billion available to families who are low and moderate income across the country for mortgages. About 15,000 low and moderate income people will now be able to buy their own home because of the settlement we announced today. $2.1 billion is by far the largest settlement ever rendered to the federal government to settle a fair housing case. And in closing, the message of today is clear. You've heard it from a number of us now. This is a nation of laws, and this administration will enforce the laws. We'll take questions at this time. Yes, sir.
So this company will end up loaning this money and presumably...
Well, $2.1 billion that would not have been available to families of low and moderate income, low and moderate income families across the country. About 15,000 families we estimate will get mortgages who would not have gotten mortgages otherwise. But aggressively to take a greater risk on these mortgages, yes. To give families mortgages who they would not have given otherwise, yes.
Get the loans at all. They wouldn't have...
They would not have qualified but for this affirmative action on the part of the bank, yes.
Minorities are represented in that low and moderate income group?
It is by income, and is it also by minorities? Yes. With the $2.1 billion lending that amount in mortgages, which will be a higher risk, and I'm sure there'll be a higher default rate on those mortgages than on the rest of the portfolio. That is the remedy that we sought, and the remedy that I would prefer, 15,000 families. This is of a scope so beyond anything that we've really done in the past. We had one settlement just a couple of weeks ago, which was part and parcel of this, which is in the range of about $1 billion. But after that, the closest settlement was $300,000, $400,000, $500,000. So this is of a scope that much surpasses anything we've done in the past.
There was the Community Reinvestment Act, or CRA, passed in 1977 during Jimmy Carter's first year in office. The law increased oversight of financial institutions to ensure that they were giving credit to low-income families.
We're going to make sure those banks do it and they don't discriminate. But the law went overboard. Institutions made loans they probably didn't want to make because they couldn't seem racist. It empowered these community groups who would then bully the banks. ACORN bullied the banks.
Indeed, ACORN, the Associations of Community Organizers for Reform Now, would before long come up with a new tactic, challenging a thrift merger in Illinois, claiming they didn't make the kind of loans that ACORN felt were required under the CRA. A young community organizer named Barack Obama worked closely with the ACORN activists behind the new strategy.
I've been a community organizer and helped design programs at the ground level.
And that strategy worked. ACORN prevailed in court, and soon credit standards were being lowered across the country. While at first Fannie actually resisted buying up some of those shaky mortgages, at the tail end of the Clinton administration, Fannie Mae was told to substantially increase the percentage of those mortgages in its portfolio.
Acorn's attorney was, well, you guessed it, Barack Obama.
I have a background as an attorney. I've represented affordable housing organizations that build affordable housing, something that's a major issue in the district.
Back in the 1990s, they used strong-arm tactics to force banks to give high-risk loans to low-income borrowers with bad credit.
Acorn uses militant tactics. They call it direct action. Sometimes Acorn will actually send people to a bank official's home. They'll scare him, they'll scare his kids. Again, all in an effort to get the banks to make these bad loans.
You've gone back to Chicago and civic rights, civil rights.
Right. I'm currently a practicing civil rights lawyer, which means that I get involved in a whole range of different issues that touch on issues of race.
We look at the subprime mortgage fiasco that's taking place today. Subprime lending started off as a good idea, helping Americans buy homes who previously couldn't afford to. Financial institutions created new financial instruments that could securitize these loans, slice them into finer and finer risk categories, and spread them out among investors and around the country as well as around the world. In theory, this should have allowed mortgage lending to be less risky and more diversified.
Who do you think is to blame for this current mortgage and credit crisis? Who do we see about that?
Well, I think there are a lot of folks who have to take some responsibility. The original idea was a good one, which was, let's see if we can distribute risk more broadly and make it easier to provide loans to people who otherwise might not be able to get them.
Now, up until then, Acorn has managed to fly below the radar, but their dangerous practices are coming back to haunt them and the rest of the country. The economic crisis facing the nation is due in large part to this disastrous decision by financial institutions Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac to buy up risky loans from small banks. But it's groups like Acorn that force those banks to give out those loans in the first place.
What do you think of the Acorn scandal, and how do you think it will affect the election?
The Acorn scandal is a big one. Acorn has received over $760 million in fees alone. This is what we know about, and there's a lot of stuff that's still kind of bubbling up to the surface. But here's an organization that essentially helped strong-arm a lot of banks into making loans to people who couldn't pay them off, so the so-called ninja loans, no income, no job, no assets. At the heart of what has kind of brought about the financial collapse is this rather unconventional idea that we would just loan money out if a person had a pulse.
$8 years they had a chance the other side here to get this economy right. 8 years. And they're the ones that drove it into the ground and dares criticize when someone is turning it around so that we go in the right direction. 8 years. This didn't happen overnight when we start losing jobs. When President Bush left office, we were losing 750,000 jobs a month. What did they do? Nothing. Then you have President Obama come on board, started turning things around. And what did they do? Criticize progress of creating jobs again. Criticize trying to create an opportunity for Americans to have good health care again. Criticize the fact that we are able to improve bridges and roads. Criticize the fact that we're going to be able to put more people to approve the money to help the unemployed. 8 years of driving the economy into the ground. 1 year. Obama had 1 year, President Obama, to make sure that we begin to restore America to the prosperity that we had 8 years prior to the Bush administration. Let's continue to move in the right direction.
Hey, it's Saturday night, October 16th. You getting ready to go to work now, huh?
On my way, yeah.
You had a good rest?
Somewhat.
You enjoyed your day with me today? I loved it. Your ass worked hard.
You know, it was a very productive day.
Outstanding. Philip was very appreciative and shit and all that. But since I'm not sure when I'm going to get a chance again, I've never had a chance to do this. Do you remember the last time we met with Ida Smith at Congressman Meeks' office, the special assistant?
Of course.
What was the most significant part about that, which was about 2.5 years ago, last summer? Because right now we're in October.
Well, pretty much the bottom line was that she went over the paperwork, the preponderance of the evidence dictated that there was a form of redlining that was being conducted by NYCHA.
That's New York City Housing Authority.
New York City Housing Authority, yes.
Conducting a form of redlining.
Pretty much.
And she said those exact words. NYCHA is conducting a form of redlining, right? Yes or no?
That is correct, yes.
And now my problem is they refuse to put it on paper. They refuse to take it out to Jamaica field office. It's being contained, and it's hurt me. I'm going to have to do what I'm going to have to do with these guys, man. I don't think it's her fault at all. I don't think Ida has anything to do with any of the containment or any of that.
Of course not.
But that office is crooked.
They were withholding evidence.
They're withholding evidence.
Yeah.
All right, brother, so I guess you're going to go hit everything, huh?
Pretty much.
All right, man. Hey, everybody, supplemental log. This is Dr. Drice. These are my neighbors. This gentleman right here, his mother lives in Shelton House. He don't live there. He's all right. This is one of these guys. How you doing, brother? That I sent. Didn't I send you to all them politicians' offices to try to help you? Did they help you?
No, they didn't help me at all.
They didn't do a damn thing for you.
They still haven't done nothing.
And you're a disabled individual. They want to stick you in a shelter. They don't have any services for a disabled person like you that's a homeless person. Do they? Yes or no?
No. Not at all.
And I took you to Congressman Meeks' office. I took you to Shirley Huntley's office.
They sure did, and they did nothing. Still today, I'm in the same position in a shelter with no help whatsoever to try to get up out. I've been there a year already.
And if you were to come and try to spend any time with your mother, they would prosecute your mother
and kick her out
and put her out.
Yep, absolutely right.
As nice as she is, because you know that's my friend.
Yeah. She's beautiful.
And anything I can do to help her, you know, me and your mom is tight, because she was the ones who one of the ones that stuck up for me when nobody else would. All right?
She feels the same about you.
I thank you, brother. And there's another nice lady in the neighborhood that lives at Shelton House. Okay? This is what I'm talking about. Look, man, what you're doing is a crime, because the only thing you're interested in is this. You see that right there? That's what I'm talking about. That's what they do. They selling something. Come here, George. Come here, George. Yeah, all right then. Don't think I ain't put you on camera. All right, folks. This is okay, mommy. Bye-bye. This is Dr. Drice, supplemental log. I just want your brother, as much as your brother, you know your brother, every time he seen me while I was homeless, that boy, he just go ahead and put $20 in my hand and just keep on walking.
Trying to help you always, whatever he can do. He's always trying to help us. But unfortunately, his hands is tied.
Yo.
We're homeless and we're trying to get somewhere.
We're homeless and we're trying to get somewhere. You hear that? We're talking to you, Congressman Meeks, New York State Senator, New York State Senator Shirley Huntley, New York State Senator Malcolm Smith, Assemblywoman Vivian Cook, Councilman Leroy Common. What's up? And Mr. Bruce Wills or Willis, whatever your name is, that just took Mr. White's seat. What you doing about this homeless situation for guys like us? Nothing. I'm a veteran. He's a man that's in a wheelchair. All right? Come on now. Look at this.
We need services. Services to help us to get from the bottom of the pit to at least having a place of our own.
Even if it's a little room.
Even if it's just a room. You can call
We can live with a room.
Yes,
and for you need American Disability Act access. And there goes my other fan. Excuse me, brother. This is my #1 fan right here. And he works at Human Resources.
What's going on?
What's up, man? Well, we're talking about the stories of my life and how you one of them guys, like so many other people. That's why I'm putting all y'all on camera. That had the guts to give me money, help me out. All right, partner, say hi to your mom for me. All right, gave me money, helped me out, helped feed me, gave me support, emotional support. That's him right there. Oh yeah, when I'm with this big guy, I ain't scared of nothing or nobody. What?
You all right?
15 years at least I've known you?
That's about right. That's about right.
All right, partner. All right, man. So I'm just going to go ahead and go do my thing because I'm just hanging out, making videos and stuff like that. Oh, I got a new patented move. To all you politicians out there, this is for me and my #1 fan, especially from Human Resources Administration. Bang! That's what I'm talking about. Here's a double dose of bang! That's what I'm talking about. I just had to perform for you, brother.
Nah, I hear you.
Thank you, my friend.
Good.
All right, partner. Check you later.
All right.
All right. That's one of the African-American brothers. That's a true brother. He got a government job, but he ain't scared of nothing. He ain't scared of nothing.
I want to see you in the YouTube.
All right.
How is your name?
Yeah, put www.youtube.com. All right. We're signing off right now. We'll see you later. Preserving battery power. Bye-bye.
Boom.
Bang.
Bang.
This is Dr. Phil DRICE. Today is Saturday, January 15th, 2011. This is unrehearsed. This lady here is a friend of mine. She's a person that on numerous occasions I referred you to Congressman Meeks' office, haven't I?
Yes, you have.
Okay. Now, I'm about to give you this envelope, and I want you to take it out, take that big sheet of paper out, and if the Congressman's office had this information and contained it for 2.5 years, is he wrong?
Yes.
Not yet, that one. That one, show it to me. You see this? That's a hangsman's noose. They put that up for black people as a point of racism. He contained it, obstructed justice that was on federal land on his jurisdiction. What do you think of that? On Martin Luther King weekend. His birthday celebration this weekend, and I had to bring this out.
Well, if this is still going on,
It's still going on because 6 months ago somebody handed a hangman's noose to a black female in the same St. Albans VA hospital.
If this is still going on, it's really
what do you think of your congressman now?
Not a good thing. Well, actually, Congressman Meeks' office seems to be just a place where they take your information, but they never help you.
That's what they did to me. They contained my stuff, put it in the boxes, and blow smoke up your butt. Keep the bullets driving you so you go away. All right.
I'll call you back.
This is your Floyd Flake garage or charity case no more, and he had it as a partner with Congressman Meeks, and they owe millions of dollars. Bye. Hi there. Supplemental log. December 12, 2010. I'm about to call Washington, D.C. to talk to Kim Ford to find out what happened to the bodies of evidence that I gave to the Congressman's office, to Ida Smith, that was taken by Kim Ford to D.C., was never recorded. It's been getting contained. These are part of my allegation of obstruction of justice. Let's listen. Yes, Congressman Meeks' office? Yes, may I speak to Kim Fuller, please?
She actually stepped out.
Okay.
Do you mind calling her back in about 20 minutes?
Yeah, what's your name?
Ashley.
Ashley? Hi, Ashley. My name is Philip DRICE. She picked up 2 books from Ida Smith some time ago that was supposed to go to the White House. That nobody seems to know where they are to give it back to me because you didn't send it to the White House. I never got a letter saying that you got it, and I got a letter from the Justice Department, And for 6 months, your office has been stalling, trying, I don't know, stealing my stuff or not giving me my stuff, and nobody's talking, and everybody saying I'm crazy, all kinds of stuff, Ashley. I need some help here, okay? So please tell, let me give you my number, ask him to call me, call Ida Smith, because y'all got to fix this problem, or, I don't know, I guess, you know, the Justice Department is going to have to get involved and find out who has been taking evidence from the Congressman's office, whether there was a burglary, something happened, and we have evidence that's missing. I need to get that back so I can send it to the White House with the Justice Department referral number. And your office has had it for over a year. You didn't do nothing with it, and you ain't responsible. This ain't you, baby. Whoever your bosses are, with Sophia King out because she's pregnant, she's the one that tried to say I was some kind of threat to the Congressman, because I said I was in the Special Forces and I went to fight for your country. And then she, you know, doing all kinds of stuff to try to make me look and sound crazy. Somebody even told me when I played Lawrence Sterling, yeah, I'm calling, you ain't big enough, blah. Oh, Joyce, he's crazy. That can kill my life. Okay? Please tell her it's very important. Let me give you my number. Okay, Ashley? My number is 347-685-2860. I just need my stuff back, get it out of y'all's hands, and I'll leave y'all alone. I don't want no problems. I ain't no threat to nobody. My life's been destroyed, and somebody, and it's been other people. Y'all didn't do that. So that's what I'm saying. Just let me get my stuff, and let me take it to the Justice Department and show them what New York City Housing Authority did. Y'all don't want to get involved? You know, whatever. You know, y'all had evidence for years. Y'all, man, but y'all offices, people in your office have been saying bad things about me, and I'm not crazy. I'm a great guy. I don't get it. You get my point? Okay, thank you, Ashley. You got my number? Could you want my number again? I thank you so very much. Please tell her it's urgent. I can't wait too long. This has been taking too long. 5 years out of my life. 3.5 years with your office. And Ida Smith, they keep saying, I got a mama, but I came to your offices to give evidence. I didn't come to make friends, turn black because I'm from Haiti and I need to be African American. I don't need nothing but justice. You got evidence that's criminal behavior, diverting of funds, eliminating people that are remaining family members in public housing, all kinds of stuff, crimes like that. I'm a competent investigator. I really got a doctorate degree, an associate's, a bachelor's, master's, and I'm really related to 3 presidents of my country. I don't want to be no poor black ghetto Negro and I come to y'all sucking up to y'all like your gods. I mean your bosses, that is. You get my point?
Yeah.
Thank you, Ashley. I appreciate you, baby. Thank you. Okay, bye-bye. What? 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 I'm going to get Ida Smith like that next. Watch me. Bye-bye. This is Washington, D.C. calling. Damn, I missed the call. Let me call him right back. Yeah. It should be Kim Fuller. Hello? Hello? I gotta call him back and get this on camera. I gotta get this on camera.
You have reached an operating number at the U.S. House of Representatives. G3B.
You see this? This is a number that just called me. Okay, watch this. Now, I'm going to call Washington, D.C. I'm going to call the congressman's office, find out what's going on here. This is crazy. See? If I didn't have this, no one would believe me. Okay? Minx, D.C. Minx, D.C. Contacts. Minx, D.C. Minx, D.C. I'm low on battery power. I don't want this to die on me. Let's put it on speakerphone. Yeah, is this Ashley? Hi, Ashley. Somebody just called me from D.C. and I called back the number and it said it was a non-working number.
Okay, hold on a second.
For Kim Fuller?
Mr. Drice?
Yes, Miss Fuller?
Yes, it's Kim.
Hi, Kim.
How are you?
I'm fine. The 2 bodies of evidence that was supposed to go to the White House.
I don't know where the other one was, but I took one book and I sent it to the Justice Department. And the letter that said, please see the attached from a constituent in our district.
But I never got, I need a copy of that letter who you sent it to, and I need the other book.
Well, I don't know where it is, because I got one book, Mr. Drice.
I understand. I'm not blaming you. But, Kim, don't you see this looks really bad?
You blame me, though, because you keep sending emails that are offensive, that talk about the staff in a derogatory way, and that's not...
Look, but my dear, what your staff, listen, it was your young lady, when I said I was going Sterling, said I was crazy. You're the one's been talking bad about me behind my back. And I've got to find a way of she did say it to me.
Yes, and she should not have said that, but then you...
She should not have said that, okay, but then I'm telling you, you can't blame it all on me.
Mr. Drice, this office is busy, and you are a constituent that needs to be served, and we're doing the best that we can, but you have to stop playing with... I mean, this is not a joke. You can't be playing with people.
I'm not... Listen to me.
Wait a minute.
You know my life.
The emails that you send out... Wait a minute. Let me
Yes,
finish.
ma'am. Go ahead.
The emails that you send out are not productive. They are offensive, and we're going to still... My chief of staff has instructed everyone to start sending them to the FBI, which I know that you are not harmful, but it is annoying. And
Okay.
I need to tell you, you need to stop doing that.
Okay.
If you need help,
I promise.
be very clear in what you need and ask for it and be done with the thing.
Okay. How come... Yes, ma'am. I apologize. Let me say this. Why didn't I get a letter about what you're sent to the Justice Department or the FBI?
Because nothing will... All I sent the letter. I don't remember what date it was, or I would recreate the letter for you, Mr. Drice.
Okay.
I sent the letter, and didn't you tell my co-worker that you got a correspondence from the Justice Department this morning?
Yes, but it because it was a referral for what I sent to the White House. Nobody contacted me that your office ever did anything.
Well, did what? We sent the information that you sent to the Justice Department, sir.
Well, those books were addressed to the White House, and I wanted them to go to the White House and specifically to the Urban Affairs.
Then you should have instructed us to send it to the White House, which you did not do.
I did. It's on the cover. It's on the cover, Kim. It said to the White House.
The copy of the book that I have was said, please send to the Justice Department, which is what we did.
Then I don't know what you're...
First of all, Mr. Drice, the book itself was not clear. You need, if you want a response from the Justice Department or the White House, you need to send a letter that includes the details, and that's it.
Did you... You get the letter... Okay. All right. Did you receive a letter that of what the Justice Department sent to me about what I sent to the White House?
I did not.
I'll email it to you. Ida Smith has it. How's that? You can get it from her.
All right. I'll ask her.
Y'all had this letter for 6 months, and no one's that. Why you think the letter from the Justice?
Mr. Drice, the casework is done from the district office, and you know that. I'm going to call Ida and find out what it is that we need to do so we can be done with this thing. All right?
Thank you very much.
I ask you again.
That's it. You don't have to worry. No more emails. Not to you. Not to none of you politicians. Okay? I thank you, Kim. Bye-bye. We got. Now, let's go for Ida Smith next. Supplemental log, December 12, 2010. I'm going to call Ida Smith at the office of Congressman Meeks to find out what's going on here.
Good morning.
Good morning, Miss Hart. May I speak to Ida, please?
Please hold on.
Thank you. I'm the guy that put my name and my reputation on the line. My boss was in trouble. We're all in union. Why he was crooked. I worked for a Thompson campaign and the Democrats like a dog. Never got no credit. And from the conversation with Kim Fuller, oh, 4 minutes, I'm on hold. I must be calling Social Security. And this is the kind of treatment I normally get that I be bragging about. It's so great. It's bullshit.
Good morning.
Hello, Ida. How you doing?
I'm not sure. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Something's
wrong with your voice. What's wrong?
That walking pneumonia I had.
Oh my God, it came back?
No, it never went away. I'm still being taken care of by Aza.
Okay.
Now, Ida, I got a big problem. Ida?
I'm listening.
Why can't you all put on a piece of paper Natchez conducting a formal redlining? Why is my stuff missing? What's going on?
What stuff is missing?
The 2 books I gave you to the White House. I spoke to Kim Fuller this morning.
She doesn't have them.
Who has them?
You have them. You took them
No,
yourself.
I didn't take them.
You did take them. You told me, well, they're not going to D.C. I need to keep them. And I said, fine.
That's not what we said Friday.
No, we said Friday. I said, if Kim doesn't have them, then you have them. Because I gave her something that she carried back. Hold on a second. Hold on.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to call
Wait, no, listen, Ida. I spoke to her already. I don't want to.
What did she say?
She said she got 1 book that I addressed to the Justice Department. I never sent anything to the Justice Department. There were only 2 books for the White House and the White House only.
Well, then she took it upon herself to give it to the Justice Department, because I know that when she was here, I gave her something, and I told you that, I remember telling you that...
So she took it upon herself to give it to the Justice Department, Ida? How you say? Ida, these people destroyed my life. These people hurt me.
You have to bear in mind this protocol. Okay. We don't send anything directly to the president.
I do. I did, and look at what I got. What y'all did didn't get me nothing. You've been watching me for years. You've been watching me for years. You know I'm not crazy, and you know what I got. If it ever gets exposed, everybody's screwed.
I haven't exposed anything.
That's what the problem is. I needed you to.
No, I could not do what I was told I couldn't do.
Oh, you were okay.
Okay.
Mommy, you know what? Then I was right about you. And I was.
I told you from the jump what was going to happen. I told you that they were not going to read it, and that's why you took the other one.
If I got them, I got them. Okay, but Anyway, the exact same thing are the court papers for my appellate court case, so it's not lost. I just wanted your copy so that I can show that I submitted this, that it was supposed to be for the White House, and it never was sent there through your office, and it was your superior that contained it. That's obstruction of justice.
No, it isn't, because you could have sent it yourself, and you didn't want to.
Because with the evidence that you got, that you read, and you concluded that Knight is conducting a form of redlining, only you can say that, not me.
But you said it, and I said I agree. I didn't put words in your mouth. I never said it. I said I agreed with you. It was a form of it.
Okay.
And
Ida.
Don't say that I said that, because I didn't say it.
All right, then.
You did what you did anyway.
What it said is, then what it's to say is that the office of Congressman Meeks agrees with the evidence, which is what we said from the beginning, that from the look of the evidence, not what I said, it's what the evidence says. NYCHA is conducting a form of redlining. No.
We've always agreed to that the evidence speaks for itself.
Right. Well, then somebody's supposed to do something after I lost all this, Ida. After I lost all this, don't you want to help me get my money? That's the only way I'm going to get a pretty woman.
And you know that's a fact. And you know that's not what you're about.
Oh.
Well, you can blame whatever you want, but it's all coming from your mind. So anything you say, I'm not going to believe.
How do I regain all the money, all the time, everything I lost?
Well, what happened to the ALBATROSS campaign?
ALBATROSS is right here. I got it out.
Then why aren't you doing it?
I need money from all of my losses in order to kick this off. I need 70 grand just for the radio commercials. I need another $30,000 to give to them down. I need at least $150,000. I spent close to $400 already.
I thought you had contracts.
I have a contract which is an allotment contract. I've got to spend all of the advertising dollars in order to generate what I need to make it a mutual. A contract is something that two people provide.
So you're suggesting that your pursuit of the 9 to 12 is going to pay for that?
My pursuit of this cause for black people's rights, that all the black politicians did everything they could to help the city destroy my life.
I don't believe that. You don't believe that.
Yes, I do, Ida.
You're using it as a catch-all.
No, listen to me, Ida.
No, I'm not going to hear it because it's not true.
When the office of the congressman got evidence that something as so egregious has occurred, and that the president's office responds to the Justice Department with and the letter showing.
And that's exactly why she sent it to the Justice Department.
Where was I supposed to? I was supposed to know what she sent, when she sent it, how she sent it, what's going on, so that'd be consistent.
Let me speak to her, because if she told you she sent it, she sent it.
Okay, then I need a response letter. She was telling me, since my stuff was so garbage and disoriented, they don't respond to that.
Excuse me. They've moved offices twice, and you know what it's like to move your house? It's worse when you're moving an office.
Okay, guess what? That's why the letter from the VA, I used that as my own excuse not to file litigation on anybody like I was threatening and all that stuff, because we need to get this together, please. But I'm going on vacation. I'm done. After talking to you.
I'm trying to find your white book. If she says she has one, I know you have the other, because I didn't want it here.
Okay, guess what? Now you know. Now I know how important it was. Look, right now,
No, that's not it. That is not it.
What?
What it is that I told you that they weren't going to read it, and you took it.
Okay.
You said, if that's the case, then I need to hold on. I said, fine. And then something else happened, and you needed it anyway.
Right now.
You don't remember that?
No, ma'am. But that's okay. I got the duplicate in the court moving papers in appellate division. It's going to cost $300 to get it. That's all. Nothing else. But I just needed that one because since you had it, I wanted to show that I did my due diligence to bring this forward. I got a book coming out. I got to prove everything I say.
Well, you have enough documentation to prove everything you say. I've always told you that.
All right, now I'm selling that story. But then now what about this whole situation with, it goes back all the way to the Attorney General, which is now the governor-elect, unleashing NYCHA and untying their hands with no oversight for them to write policies that is eliminating people because of the Clinton administration welfare elimination program. This is crazy. This can get me killed. The things I'm saying. And the evidence points to it. What do you want me to do now?
I've always wanted you to get on with your life.
Get out with my life. That's what I got to do.
Get on, not out.
Oh, get on with my life. Well, and Kim told me to stop.
You have so much in your life that you can be happy about every day. And why you keep
I can't let them get away with this.
Well, you know, you can be happy and still pursue it. But you don't have to get to a point where people are turned off because you're
All right, let me go get me a woman. Listen, I got a story for you. Hey, it's Saturday night, October 16th. You getting ready to go to work now, huh?
On my way, yeah.
You had a good rest?
Somewhat.
You enjoyed your day with me today? I loved it. Your ass worked hard.
You know, it was a very productive day.
Outstanding. Philip was very appreciative and shit and all that. But since I'm not sure when I'm going to get a chance again, I've never had a chance to do this. Do you remember the last time we met with Ida Smith at Congressman Meeks' office, the special assistant?
Of course.
What was the most significant part about that, which was about 2.5 years ago, last summer? Because right now we're in October.
Well, pretty much the bottom line was that she went over the paperwork, the preponderance of the evidence dictated that there was a form of redlining that was being conducted by NYCHA.
That's New York City Housing Authority.
New York City Housing Authority, yeah.
Conducting a form of redlining.
Pretty much.
And she said those exact words. NYCHA is conducting a form of redlining, right? Yes or no?
That is correct, yes.
And now my problem is they refuse to put it on paper. They refuse to take it out to Jamaica field office. It's being contained, and it's hurt me. I'm going to have to do what I'm going to have to do with these guys, man. I don't think it's her fault at all. I don't think Ida has anything to do with any of the containment or any of that.
Of course not.
But that office is crooked.
They're withholding evidence.
They're withholding evidence.
Yeah.
All right, brother, so I guess we're going to go hit everything, huh?
Pretty much.
All right, man. I think, yeah, man. So, you happy for me?
What's that?
It's been going on for years, me and this woman, and I ain't want to come and ask her for nothing or honor. She's been coming to the library handing me money.
Okay, Doc.
All right, I'm going to wrap it up. All right, partner. Thanks, man. Good night.
All right.
All right, partner. Bye-bye. It's 8 o'clock at night. I'm at Highland Care Nursing Home. I came to say goodbye to Mrs. Green because by the time they figure out I did all this videotaping, people being neglected, warehoused in here, I'll never be let back in here. But if you die before I do, tell God not to forgive Congressman Meeks, not to forgive New York State Senator Huntley, not to forgive New York State Senator Malcolm Smith. Vivian Cook has cancer. She's going to die real soon, 3, 4, 5 years, whatever it is. She should live very long so she can suffer a long time. New York City Councilman Leroy Comrie ran her. What an abomination. This is Sunday night, 8 o'clock at night, and these are the people. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that. And she's right there. That's Mrs. Green. hooked up to a machine, being fed these liquid supplements. And this is the warehousing of these old people for $140,000 a year. I can't. Mrs. Green, the reason why my life got destroyed was because I saved your life. I protected you about the $20,848,000 left by Hosea Mitchell, who lives in apartment 10K at Shelton House, New York City Housing Authority. Somebody help me out here, man. My life's been destroyed, everything. You hear these people yelling in here? This is the woman that was thought to be dead. She's not dead. She's not dead. She's right here. She's right here at Highland Care, and that's her roommate. Okay? She is not dead. Mrs. Green did not die. I've been coming here for years. I kept a secret. I knew all this. I told everybody where she was, but they covered it up. The District Attorney's Office, Creedmoor Psychiatric, Human Resource Administration, Adult Protective Services. Everybody covered this up. And the District Attorney knows because I charmed Bianca into giving her the thing to go to my website, and the DA calling me, wanting me to come in there so they can arrest me and abuse me. Not going to happen. They come and get me, they can come and get me. But you better have a search warrant, you better have an arrest warrant. That's all I know. This is the victim of a Nazi copycat crime that Mayor Michael R. Bloomberg covered up. What can I tell you? This is what they look like when they're in a nursing home, dying. And they're just an economy being warehoused because they put them out of their house in public housing so they can harvest the apartments, and they dump them in a nursing home. And when they go to the hospital visiting nurse service, social workers get money when they refer them to certain nursing homes. Go ahead. He can vomit and choke on his own puke. He vomits, he chokes, and dies on his own puke. That's what I'm talking about. He vomits and chokes on his own puke. When's that going to happen? Go ahead. Go ahead. That's what I exposed in order to get people to do their damn job. That's what I exposed in order to get people to do their damn job. I'll never see these people again in life because I am the housing.
That party was hot, yo.
This is pretty good. Yeah, no cool. Let's go home.
Baby, where you going?
What do you mean, what am I
That's a
doing?
police car with teenagers. We're not allowed to drive, baby. Baby, I'm gonna call the cab. You're drunk. I'm calling the cab. That's it. That's it.
Hi there. Excuse me, sir. I haven't come. Maybe come on, go home.
Listen.
What are you doing? You know this guy?
Yes, that's Dr. Tool.
You're drunk.
That's the Tool, the Crusader. He's been on TV.
You're drunk. I've been drunk.
He knows who's
You're
drunk.
right today.
Listen to him.
No drinking, sir. I'd like to introduce you to the opposite. What is that? It's a portable, disposable, cigarette-sized breathalyzer tester that's as accurate as the machine in the back of that police car. That is not your car. Yes, it is my car. How are you going to tell me
that is not your car?
Take the Dr. Tube challenge. Test it before you drive it. Don't risk it. Don't get caught dead drunk behind the wheel of that car, please. There's nothing now. What,
Please
you going to tell me what to do now?
Take the test, please.
I'm your friend. I'm trying to help you. Trying to help me? Yes. Nice. I'm going to take it. Good.
Thank you.
Now what? It's good, baby.
You're drunk. You cannot drive.
We can go.
We're calling a cab.
No, we can go. We're taking you home tonight. You're going to take me home? We're taking you home tonight. We're taking you over here. We're taking you home tonight. Introducing Alka-Tube Plus, a portable, disposable, cigarette-sized, all-glass breath tester with a patented formula that makes our machine as accurate as the machine in the back of any police car. Take the Dr. Tube challenge. Test it before you drive it. Don't risk it. Don't get caught dead drunk behind the wheel of that car, please. Drunk driving incidents cost our economy over $86 billion every year. But those experts cannot calculate the cost of human misery caused by drunk driving accidents to families of drunk driving victims. Whether it be an arrest, an accident with injuries, or the dreadful fatalities we all deplore, we are at war, and it began before Iraq. Dr. Tube the Crusader evokes the War Powers Act against drunk driving, and together we shall dethrone the #1 preventable health hazard in our great empire by the year 2015.
Alka-Tube USA Summer Special. Buy 12 pieces at $100 and get free shipping and handling. Buy 24 pieces at $200 and get free shipping and handling plus 6 pieces free for a total of 30 pieces. Call 212-726-5704. That's 212-726-5704.